Friday, June 19th. Peace talks between Iran and the U.S. have been postponed, with violence between Israel and Lebanon intensifying. 14 short-line rail companies across the province are getting a share of $1 million in provincial funding for upgrades.
It was just such an incredible experience to share with all these beautiful people and all these beautiful new friends I made today. Just the best moment of my life.
And it's a great day to cheer for Canada, with many calling yesterday's game the best moment in Canadian soccer history. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Kayleen Sawatsky.
And I'm Janelle Lippay. Good morning and happy Friday.
Happy Friday is right. You are in game day green. It's not game day, but yes, you are looking very good in the green this morning.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the weekend.
The weekend looking not too terrible. We are still seeing some sunshine tomorrow. A little bit of precipitation on Sunday, however.
All right. We'll look forward to hearing our full weekend forecast in just a few minutes. We will turn our attention over to news. Canadian MPs are now on summer break. The House of Commons adjourned after what the Liberals say was a productive sitting.
In the spring sitting we are finishing today, MPs passed 21 government bills in the House in 14 weeks.
Key pieces of legislation the government recently passed include a series of justice bills, legislation to implement the measures promised in the budget, and the bill granting police new access powers. There are several bills now on hold until the fall, including the Safe Social Media Act, privacy reform legislation, and a bill to ban goods made with forced labor. The Conservatives did agree to rise one day early, but are still slamming Prime Minister Mark Carney for not getting enough done and for skipping dozens of question periods. The House of Commons will resume sitting in September. We're learning now that Canada, the U.S. and Mexico will hold a joint meeting on CUSMA on July 1st, despite U.S. President Donald Trump saying he doesn't like the deal.
I would rather not have the USMCA. The primary reason I wanted it was because there was no way out of NAFTA, which was the worst trade agreement ever made, like ever.
News of the trilateral meeting was confirmed by Mexico's economy secretary. Officials from the three countries have only met one-on-one ahead of the trade pact coming up for review, and Canada has yet to meet with the U.S. July 1st is the date for the three countries needing to decide whether to extend it. If they can't agree to that, it will trigger annual reviews until its expiration date in 2036. All three countries have indicated that not everything will be worked out by July 1st. Mexico's economy secretary says another meeting will happen later in July. 14 short-line rail companies across the province are getting a share of $1 million in provincial funding for upgrades. The province says short lines play a critical role in the export economy by moving grain, potash, and energy products around without causing wear and tear on Saskatchewan highways. They're often looked at for the first and last mile of shipping goods all over the country through partnerships with larger national rail lines. Short-line rail operators run more than 2,100 kilometers of track throughout the province. City crews in Regina are tearing up a portion of Dudney Avenue in the Warehouse District after a major water main break. It comes just months after completion of a 2-year revitalization project that saw underground infrastructure replaced. Wayne Mantika has the details.
You can see this is all of the earth that we're dealing with.
Grant Frew is overseeing cleanup in the basement of Bushwhacker Brew Pub.
It all came this way. And you can see this is the water line right here. So this is how high the water rose.
Out front, city crews are digging down to the source of the water main break. It comes just months after completion of a $32 million revitalization of Dudney Avenue, which saw water lines and sidewalks replaced.
So damage is pretty extensive, but we're trying to remain positive. A lot of the staff are in today. They've got their boots on and the shovels and the wheelbarrows are here, and we're just digging out.
Water has been turned off to the entire block, forcing other entertainment district businesses to close. Residents living in lofts on upper levels are also without water. It's another inconvenience that follows 2 years of disruptions caused by roadway construction.
I it's a tough situation, given how beautiful the street just was. But you know, when you're connecting old infrastructure to new infrastructure, who knows?
The incident is impacting the Regina Jazz Festival, which had planned to use the Bushwhacker Brew Pub as one of its venues.
We've moved everything and are not canceling that show. So our regular venue, the Bistro, 3850 Hillsdale, the Monsignor de Laval School, will be the stage.
Financial losses could be substantial, and insurance companies will have to determine who is responsible for paying. Bushwhacker Brew Pub says it's focused on cleanup and getting back to serving customers as quickly as possible. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
All right, Jeremy, over to you. Saskatoon is getting ready for a reconciliation walk today.
Yeah, this is a huge event, Kayleen. Organizers are prepping the Rock Your Roots Walk for Reconciliation. It's an annual event, takes place each year in June as part of celebrations around National Indigenous Peoples Day, which is Sunday. The event has roots in walks that were taken by residential school students on Sundays. For many, it was often the only time when siblings and cousins were reunited. The walk is meant to bring the community together to honor the truth of residential schools, celebrate Indigenous and Métis culture along with other cultures on Treaty 6 territory.
Residential school survivors, day survivors, their families, you know, and celebrating our First Nation and Métis cultures. But it's also about kind of celebrating the mosaic of cultures that we have here on Treaty 6 territory, right? So that's why we encourage everyone, if they have their own regalia from their own culture, to come out and rock their roots with us.
The Rock Your Roots Walk begins at 10:30 this morning at Victoria Park. Last year's walk saw 7,000 people come out. A unique Saskatoon high school program helping to build the future and tackle a labor shortage. Students in the construction program at Edie Fian High School built a 1,400 square foot home that will soon make its way to Canada Lake. Any Catholic high school student in the city is eligible to take the program, where students do everything from framing to roofing to mudding and taping, with very few jobs hired out. Teacher Dave Schrader says the trades present a great opportunity for his students, and with Canada seeing more tradespeople retire than are hired on, he wants his students to experience a number of trades and explore potential careers.
We just went through a few generations where they said, if you don't go to university, you might not add up to much in life. And I think it's the complete opposite of that. You can make a very good living. And I like to show my kids all of those options that we have in Saskatchewan moving forward.
Stats Canada estimates 700,000 skilled trades workers are set to retire between 2019 and 2028. Okay, Kayleen, Canada made history at the World Cup yesterday.
That's right, Jeremy. The Canadian men finally have their first win at the World Cup, and they did it in a decisive fashion in front of a packed house in BC.
Lovely turn from Buchanan, and that takes a deflection. It's Jonathan David! What a strike from Jonathan David!
Jonathan David was the star of the game as the first player from a host nation to score a World Cup hat-trick since 1966. Canada was in total control over Qatar, and the game was going almost perfectly until the 52nd minute.
17th start in 32 games under Jesse Marsh.
When the stadium fell silent and the team watched in horror after Ishmael Kone suffered a serious leg injury. Nathan Saliba subbed in for Kone and immediately scored Canada's fourth goal on a free kick. Canada scored 2 more goals to seal that historic 6-0 win. By winning 6-0, Canada is now the first team outside of Europe and South America to score 5 goals or more in a World Cup match. So with 4 points, Canada has all but sealed a spot in the knockout round and will such a big goal differential. Win or draw next week versus Switzerland would earn them first in the group. Plenty of rain prevented seeding from being completed across the province this week, with 97% of crops in the ground. Durum, spring wheat, barley, canola, and lentils are all between 96 to 99% seeded. Topsoil moisture is not an issue in most areas. 74% of cropland, hayland, and pasture topsoil moisture is considered adequate. Early on, a majority of crops are looking to be in fair or good condition. As far as crop damage, flooding, gophers, and wind were the main culprits. The Canada Strong Pass is back for another year. This means free or discounted admission to national parks, museums, or historic sites over the summer. The pass also includes a discount on camping fees and rail travel. A reminder, there is no need to sign up. There is no physical Canada Strong Pass. People just need to show up and claim the discount. The pass is good from today through September 7th. All right, Janelle, let's take our first look at that Friday Morning View.
Yeah, that's right. Morning View is brought to you by Stars Lottery. Your ticket funds life-saving care across Saskatchewan. Taking a look right now outside here in Regina, seeing a little bit of a cloudier start, but that sun is expected to come out. 10 degrees is our current temperature, seeing that wind at about 17 kilometers per hour. Over in Saskatoon, looking brighter. 9 degrees is that current temperature. 15 kilometer per hour winds moving through the city. Now let's take a look here at our Futurecast. We can see what to expect today and into the weekend as well. So little bit of precipitation. We are expecting to see that later on in the evening, but those conditions will be clearing up. For current temperatures now, Buffalo Narrows at 10 degrees along with Prince Albert. Spiritwood sitting at 8, Nipawin 12, Hudson Bay 11, Kindersley 7, Swift Current at 6, Yorkton, Wynyard both at 11, and Weyburn Estevan at 10 degrees. Now for some highs today, seeing mainly sunny skies, a little bit of precipitation in that Saskatoon area. The Battleford seeing about 20 degrees, Prince Albert at 18 along with Yorkton, Weyburn and Estevan 19 along with Swift Current as well. Now for our 7-day forecast here in Regina, reaching that high of about 19 degrees today. Tomorrow still looking quite sunny at about 22. However, that rain is returning. We will mainly be seeing that Sunday through Wednesday. Sunday bringing us to about 15 degrees as our high to wrap up the weekend. Monday 16 with that low of about 10. Over to Saskatoon, 17 degrees today as that high, 10 tonight for the low. As we saw in that Futurecast, a little bit of moisture coming towards Saskatoon and those surrounding communities a little later on here tonight. Saturday kicking off the weekend with a beautiful 20 degrees and sunshine. However, of course, that rain returning Sunday through about Tuesday, 15 on Sunday for the high, carrying that through into Monday as well. Tuesday, a little bit of rain. We are expecting those light showers, 19 for the high. But Wednesday, we are seeing that sun coming back out. We'll be hitting about 22 for the high, 11 Wednesday night for the low, and Thursday, still some clouds in the sky. That sun trying to peek out, and 23 for the high, 13 Thursday night as the low.
Malaria caused an estimated 610,000 deaths globally in 2024, according to the World Health Organization. It is primarily spread through the bite of an infected mosquito. But researchers believe they have found a solution to help slow the spread of the disease. Mandy Gaither takes a look.
It's been found on blueberries and the surfaces of sugarcane and rice leaves, but a common type of yeast may also be enticing to the mosquito responsible for spreading one of the world's deadliest diseases.
This particular new yeast species, we think, really could change the game against malaria.
Connor McMiniman with Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says it's hard to control the spread of malaria, the infected mosquitoes that cause sickness and death in places like sub-Saharan Africa are becoming resistant to insecticide, and he says mosquito control methods like bed nets and sprays no longer work. In this study, McMiniman and other researchers set out to see if yeast, which is long known to lure insects, would attract the ones that spread the disease. yeast.
What we found was that this particular species of yeast, Rhodotorula taiwanensis, had a really alluring fragrance for the African malaria mosquito.
The yeast they studied was scraped off a Baltimore sidewalk, and researchers say it not only lured malaria-spreading mosquitoes, but it could trap them too.
When mosquitoes landed on it, they actually got stuck. And their legs sank into this slimy, like quicksand of this yeast.
The researchers are now hoping to harness that stickiness to create a biodegradable glue that could potentially be used in future mosquito traps.
We think that this could really provide a really cheap, safe and effective way to control mosquitoes and the diseases they transmit.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
In case you missed it, it was an all-day party in New York to celebrate the Knicks. Team officials and a few celebrities made their way through Lower Manhattan to City Hall during the championship parade. The team was given the key to the city. More than 2 million fans show up, climbing trucks, street signs, and anything that they could find to catch this glimpse. That's still short of the 3 million people who celebrated the Raptors title, which remains the biggest NBA parade ever. Just saying.
Part of me thinks, oh, I would have loved to be there for the party, and then the other part of me thinks that is too many people. That is too much of a crowd.
I think, yeah, that's a lot of people. I don't know if that would even be fun at that amount of, yeah.
I'm having fun just watching the video.
Exactly.
The vibes are elite.
The vibes, yes.
All right, let's get over to our question of the day. Now, you came up with this one, right?
Yes, today is World Gratitude Day, so we're curious, what's something that you're grateful for? Jeremy, what's something that you're grateful for today?
Oh, man, I can't pick one thing, right?
What a great problem,
I am so grateful for so much. My wife, my kids, my job, my coworkers. In this exact moment, my coffee. So it's just the list is never ending, and I am so blessed. So
yeah,
what about you?
I am so grateful for my family, for my friends, for all of you, of course, and everybody watching. What are you grateful for, Kayleen?
I am grateful, you know, I've been having some of those nights lately where it's really hard to put my almost 2-year-old daughter to bed, and last night I went and it was taking so long to get her to bed, but then she crawled out of bed and she came and she was kissing my cheeks and my forehead, and she was just so sweet. I was thinking, you know what, even on the tough days, I am so grateful to be her mama.
What a beautiful, beautiful
Great
thing.
viewpoint.
Well, we also want to hear from you. Let's be grateful today. You can text us your answer at 10400. Standard message and data rates may apply, or you can scan that QR code and we'll share these answers within the next hour.
Mining giant BHP is warning of cost overruns at its Jansen potash mine southeast of Saskatoon. The company says investment into the second stage of its greenfield mine development has risen by $2.3 billion to $6.9 billion. The initial stage of the mine is expected to start production by mid-2027 and produce roughly 4.2 million tons of potash per year. Stage 2 was delayed from 2029 to 2031, but that's estimated to increase production at the mine to about 8.5 million tons each year. BHP says these higher costs and additional labor hours are behind the increased $2 billion costs. Brandt Industries are back in court appealing the decision of a workplace injury matter which concluded back in October of last year. The legal counsel of Brandt have concerns in the trial judge's findings and are looking for an acquittal. The Crown has also filed their own appeal. Brandt was found guilty for one violation of the occupational health and safety regulations after an employee was badly injured in a forklift accident. The worker said he was trained and certified to use the equipment, but his documentation was never received by Brandt. Brandt was fined $55,000 for the incident. The appeal hearing will continue September 10th. Well, it is a great day to win, and you've got a whole bunch of chances to do it. Mike Siona, what's going on?
Well, it's Kin Cash Day today, and so we're down here at 3 Hall with Alan Sklapski and the Kinsmen Club of Saskatoon, who are giving away a pile of money. Not only are they letting you get your 50-50 tickets for the main draw, but today, 12 different times, $1,000 prize, and it starts at 7 a.m.
You betcha. We're here first thing in the morning at 3 Hall, enjoying the scenery, the sights and sounds of 3 Hall, giving away $1,000 an hour all day today, Friday, and as well an additional draw for the World Cup quarterfinal. Deadline is Saturday at midnight, so get your tickets early and often to join the Kinsmen 50-50.
It's fantastic. Now, obviously, such a great community organization. We know what the Kinsmen Club do, but let's talk about the impact specifically this year.
Sure, sounds good. So this round with our 50-50, we're partnering with the Saskatchewan Volunteer Firefighters Association. Obviously, it's firefighting season. There's a lot of fires in the north right now. In addition to that, with the Kinsmen Club, we support about 50 or so grassroots organizations that provide a ton of services throughout Saskatchewan, so we're here to raise some funds for the community.
Now, it is the Kinsmen Club of Saskatoon, but if you're watching in Regina or Estevan or Kindersley or anywhere in the province where this is coming to you right now, it's the Volunteer Firefighters Association of Saskatchewan. So your ticket for this lottery really does impact the province.
Absolutely, and get your tickets now, get them early. We're here to support the province.
Now, yesterday we saw that 6-0, sorry, it's football now, a 6-0 drubbing of Qatar by Team Canada, so everybody's buoyed by the soccer side of things. You mentioned that additional draw for ticket credit for the quarterfinals. What a great prize.
Absolutely, it's that time of year. I hear the World Cup's a big deal. Sounds important. I'm more of a Timbits guy, so I'm hoping we see the soccer fanatics come out and support our worthy causes this year.
I love that. And when we come back, we're going to have, well, it'll be after 7, so we'll have the first winner in the Kin Cash Day. It's absolutely amazing. You can go to kinsman5050lottery.com for your tickets right now, Jeremy.
Love it, Mike. I, too, am a Timbits guy. We appreciate that. We'll see you a few more times throughout the morning.
School Day Forecast is brought to you by CAA, School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. In Regina, by the time you get onto the bus, 10 degrees. Lunchtime bringing us to 16, and about 3 p.m. final bell, 18 degrees. Over in Saskatoon, 9 degrees by the time you get onto the bus. Lunchtime, 16, and starting to see that rain. Final bell, 17 degrees. Here's a look at today's gas prices. In Regina, the common cost to fill up is $1.65.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $1.45.9 rather. And in Saskatoon, the common cost is $1.62.9. The lowest you might find is $1.53.9. Taking a look at farm markets, the street price of canola is $682.35 per ton. The futures price is $727.50 per ton. Amber Durum wheat is $285.20 per ton, and Red Spring wheat is $290.46 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 70.77 cents US. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to your morning, Saskatchewan. It's just after 6:30, and here are your headlines. Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran have been postponed today after fighting escalated in southern Lebanon. This morning, Israel says it struck 80 targets in Lebanon, killing dozens of Hezbollah members, and 4 Israeli soldiers were killed in one of the deadliest attacks by the Iran-backed group during this war. The peace deal, now signed by the U.S. and Iran, requires the U.S., Iran, and other allies to declare an immediate termination of military operations, including Lebanon. The two sides were set to sit down today in the Swiss Alps for their first negotiations, but Vice President J.D. Vance canceled his trip late last night. The talks were also meant to launch a 60-day period of negotiations to resolve key long-term issues and ensure a permanent end to the war. Saskatoon police are investigating a shooting from yesterday morning. Police were called just before 5 a.m. to the 10 block of Sturby Place in the Nutana Suburban Centre area of the city near Market Mall. They arrived to find a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to hospital with injuries believed to be serious but not life-threatening. Traffic restrictions were in place for a few hours. 99 years. That's how long Girl Guides have been selling their cookies, one of its main fundraisers to keep the program alive. The tradition of Regina Girl Guides selling cookies door to door first started in Regina's North Central community nearly 100 years ago when a group of youth wanted to raise money to go to camp at Last Mountain Lake. The recipe for those cookies was crafted in Regina, originally selling a dozen for 10 cents a bag. The money raised from cookie sales helps covers program costs for young girls to attend those camps, travel across the country, and more.
Last summer, we took 19 teenagers to British Columbia for 12 days, and for some of those kids, that was the first time they'd left Saskatchewan, and so cookies were a big part of our fundraising for that. So we sold cookies, and those youth got to go on a 12-day trip.
Although how the cookies are made and sold has changed over the decades, volunteers are what keeps the Girl Guides thriving. Rider safety Nelson Lacombo will be out Saturday against the Stamps, meaning Jackson Ford will likely have the start. On the offense, it's rare for a position like offensive line to have the same 5 guys week to week, let alone season to season.
And the opposing defense making a couple plays. Allow your big guys up front to start road grading.
But for the Riders, they've been able to keep their core together in the trenches. Only one starter in last year's Grey Cup game, Trayvon Tate, is no longer with the team. And even despite a slight injury scare when Jamarcus Hardrick temporarily left the game Saturday, the line didn't miss a beat.
We wanted to get everyone on board and just ready to go as quickly as possible, right? So, and we trust everyone in the room, whether that be the practice squad guys, the 6-man, anything like that. We trust everyone that if someone does go down, someone's ready to step right up into that position.
Maybe a little bit more rare these days just with free agency and, you know, obviously the importance of that position. But for us, you know, yeah, anywhere, you know, in on the team where you can have a little continuity will help you advance a little bit faster than you know, previous years.
Calgary pass rushers Jalen Hutchings and Falarin Orimolade were both injured in week 1, but after the Stamps had a bye last week, both linemen could be back in the lineup. Regardless, Mace calling this week's opponent disruptive in the backfield. 3 former Regina Rebels players were selected last night in the PWHL draft. All were taken in the 5th round. Forward Alexis Petford, 53rd overall by the expansion team from Las Vegas. Forward Nina Brick, 59th overall by the Ottawa Charge. And defender Erica Ryder, 60th overall by the current champions, the Montreal Victor. Ryder and Brick are currently playing pro hockey in Sweden. Petford was playing university hockey in the States with Colgate. More than a year after the permanent cancellation of the Regina Folk Festival, local music venue The Exchange is set to take over a spiritual successor. The Exchange Folk Festival will take place on August 8th in Victoria Park, just under 3 years since the last Regina Folk Festival in 2023. Organizers say this new event will be a community-driven festival that fills a cultural gap in the city, honoring the spirit of what came before while also serving as a reset. The one-day festival will be free to attend. A lineup announcement is set for Saturday. All right, Janelle, it's Friday. We're talking about the weekend. How is the weather looking?
Well, we're not looking too bad for the most part. A little bit of precipitation on the way, but for the most part, we're seeing these nice temperatures. Let's take a look right now at our current here in Regina, sitting at about 10 degrees. Those winds at 19 kilometers per hour. And of course, seeing that cloud cover in the sky. However, Saskatoon, much brighter. 9 degrees is that current temperature and 15 kilometer per hour wind speeds. Now let's take a look at our futurecast here. We can see some of that precipitation rolling through the province. Again, a little bit later on here tonight, those skies will clear up into early tomorrow morning. However, we are at risk for getting a bit more rain here as Saturday continues. For some current temperatures now, Buffalo Narrows and Prince Albert both at about 10 degrees. Spiritwood sitting at 8, Nipawin 12, Hudson Bay 11, the Battlefords 8, East End 5 degrees, Wynyard and Yorkton both at 11, and Weyburn Estevan at 10. Now for some highs here today, seeing that sunshine, of course, those little spots of rain as well. The Battlefords will be reaching a high of 20 degrees, Swift Current at 19, along with Weyburn and Estevan. Yorkton seeing about 18 alongside Prince Albert. Prince Albert seeing a little bit of that rain as well. For a 5-day forecast, here's what we're looking like into the weekend and early into next week as well. For Regina, reaching that high of about 19 degrees, 7 tonight for the low. Tomorrow, seeing that sun coming out again with 22 for our high. Sunday, rain returning all the way through Tuesday as well. 15 on Sunday for our high. Monday bringing us to about 16 and Tuesday 18 with that low of 8 degrees. Over to Saskatoon today, reaching that high of 17, 10 tonight for the low. Seeing a little bit of that rain earlier on than we will be here in Regina. Saturday, sunny conditions with that 20 degrees for our high. Sunday, seeing that rain return for majority of the province. 15 as the high for both Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Little bit more rain. We are expecting to see those scattered showers earlier Tuesday morning. 20 degrees for our high Tuesday and reaching about 9 Tuesday night as the low.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. I'm Adam Scully with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we go to the pitch. Canada taking on Qatar in their second group stage match. 29th minute, Tejan Buchanan shots blocked. Jonathan David there to bury the incredible volley. He'd end up with a hat trick in the match, the first by a home player in a World Cup since 1966. Canada earns their first ever World Cup win in a 6-0 blowout. It's a busy day on the network on Friday. The second round of the U.S. Open tees off bright and early, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. Pacific. And our exclusive coverage of the FIFA World Cup continues with a quadruple header, beginning with the United States taking on Australia at 2:45 p.m. Eastern, 11:45 a.m. Pacific on TSN, CTV, and Crave. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Sunday marks National Indigenous Peoples Day, a day to honor and celebrate the rich cultures, languages, and traditions of First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. Joining us now for more on how you can mark the day is Fawn Redwood with the City of Regina. Good morning, and thank you for your time.
Good morning.
So can you tell us what National Indigenous Peoples Day means to the community here in Saskatchewan?
Well, it has been since 1996 that National Indigenous Peoples Day has been celebrated. And in Regina, we have annually been coming together to bring our community to celebrate this day and have a wonderful event. So it's been a long-standing tradition here in Regina with our community coming together. We have been in Vic Park for many years. Year after year, we come to celebrate, learn, and connect.
You just mentioned Victoria Park. Let's talk a little bit more about that event that's going to be happening this weekend. What else people can take in and mark the day?
So our event in Regina is today, which is June 19th, mainly because we try to incorporate our community schools to be able to come and participate and learn. I know the event is actually on Sunday, June 21st, which of course there's going to be many events across the province in Regina as well and many other places. So I encourage people to go out. But today for June 19th, we have our event. We have school kids bussed in from all over. We have the City Transit sponsoring us to allow free rides if people tell them that they're coming down to the park for National Indigenous Peoples Day. Their ride fare is covered. So we encourage our community members to come out and participate. We have a whole bunch of events going on in the park today. So not only do we have hands-on, family-friendly activities, but we also have performers coming to perform and, of course, vendors market and a whole bunch of other things. We're giving away bannock. We have water. We have food trucks. So it's going to be a wonderful day.
So what else, in addition to these events that are actually happening, do you hope people actually take away from these days and carry into their everyday lives?
So I think it's about connecting with your community, understanding the land that you're on, and our history. So not only, of course, going back and understanding the history of the treaties and the First Nations people, Métis and Inuit, but also how we can move together as a community and be open to learning and participating. And of course, recognizing that although we have a blanket term of Indigenous, there's many different nations a part of First Nations and Métis and Inuit. Like, there's so many different cultures, and trying to understand just a little bit of that, especially in Saskatchewan alone. Like, we have a whole bunch of different nations, different cultures, traditions. So just having that little piece of it today with our performers, with our artwork, with our activities, we really try to encourage learning and a sense of community.
Thank you so much, Fawn. There's plenty of events to check out. The annual Rock Your Roots Reconciliation Walk is also getting underway in Saskatoon today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's head out now and track down Arden Lloyd, who is on location in Lumsden this morning.
We are out in Lumsden this morning at the Last Mountain Distillery. I'm here with Meredith, and Caesar Fest is coming up starting this weekend. What does a Caesar Fest entail?
So Caesar Fest started 11 years ago, and it started basically because we wanted to celebrate kind of the phenomenon that was happening around dill pickle vodka, and we thought, what a better way to do it than to have everybody out for a Caesar. So it started 11 years ago, and it's been going strong. I think this is probably going to be our biggest Caesar Fest yet, so that's super exciting for us.
Well, Caesar's obviously the big hit. What other things are going on this weekend?
So this weekend, Caesars are obviously the main attraction, but we've put on a little Saskatchewan's Got Talent competition for entertainment this year. We always do a little something for entertainment. We've done Olympics before. We've done kind of all kinds of different contests. We like to get people involved. And this year, yeah, we're doing a little Saskatchewan's Got Talent, so that'll be super fun too.
I hear that admission this year is free, and that you get in here and there's even some good deals on the drinks.
Well, so we have never charged admission for Caesar Fest. That is just a myth. So yeah, it's free to get in. Obviously, we're a business and we're trying to make the most out of it. We also have 11 other businesses here that are coming to vend and be outside and support the event. So we hope everybody will come and support all of us and enjoy some great entertainment at the same time.
And this is a family event this weekend. Kids are invited, are included?
Yeah, for sure. Kids are included. We have a little activity for kids, but, you know, be respectful, I guess. Make sure you're minding your children. We do expect there to be a lot of people here this weekend, so make your decisions wisely.
Well, perfect. A reminder to drink responsibly and come out this weekend to Last Mountain Distillery in Lumsden for Caesar Fest.
It's June 19th, and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy 11th birthday to Vianne. Your family loves you and hopes you have an amazing year ahead. Happy birthday to Brad. Your mom, dad, and of course the rest of the family is sending all their love.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
Good morning, Chase. I have a major bone to pick with you because I come into work this morning, I open up my email like I do every day, and what do I find but a photo of your hot dogs that have been boiled in Gatorade. Explain yourself.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start the morning. I'm lucky to be here today. I ate that for lunch yesterday, so the fact that I'm living in Upright, I'm so good with that. This was a trend going on TikTok right now where you boil hot dogs or sausage in Gatorade, and then they absorb the color. They're supposed to take the electrolytes as well, and you go to town. So we got the full video up on our socials besides just that brilliant picture, but it works. It does absorb the color. The taste didn't really change it a whole lot, and even the inside of the sausage was still the normal color as well. All in all, I would say just a big old waste of Gatorade, but we had to give it the old college try, and now we at least know it kind of sort of works to some capacity.
It works, but it also just looks very disturbing.
Yeah, no, I had to psych myself out to actually like take a bite. I was like, this is going to be horrible, but it tasted all right.
All right, we'll see what you cook up for next hour. Thanks, Chase.
We'll see you then.
But you're in danger. You just have to trust me. Fine. Spider-Man Brand New Day won't swing into theaters until July 31st, but it's already looking like a blockbuster. According to Deadline, the upcoming Spidey film has the highest first-day advance ticket sales in 5 years. The last Spider-Man adventure, No Way Home, earned a whopping $78 million in pre-sales before doing massive business at the box office.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
A sequel to How the Grinch Stole Christmas? What a wonderful, awful idea. Jim Carrey is reportedly in talks to reprise the title role from the Christmas classic, and if the new Grinch movie does get the green light, original director Ron Howard will hop on board the sleigh as well.
Maybe we should rest. We can't waste time. Connie's waiting.
4 autistic young men face a dangerous dystopian world in the new thriller, Plight. Played by neurodivergent actors, these heroes must go on a treacherous journey to save their caregiver. Plight is now streaming on Prime. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Let's get to our sidebar. Planning a surprise is hard, but what about multiple surprises? Hannah surprised her husband for his 50th birthday, not once, but 5 times on their way to Venice. Her husband, Leon, was elated to see his close friends show up to various locations for the trip, from the airport to the bar and even in their hotel room. What a way to usher in a new decade.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
This is just so fun.
I kind of love this. You just never know what to expect next.
I bet he knows how loved he is.
I hope so. Yeah.
I would think.
That's amazing. All right, let's get on over to you, Jeremy, for another one.
Okay, so the hit song, Barbie Girl. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you do. And so does this bird. You can hear it, right?
Oh, yeah.
This blackbird's call sounds like the start of Aqua's one-hit wonder. If he was a fan before, he might not be anymore. Ben posted this video saying that's what wakes him up at 4:30 every morning. Okay.
You know what? That's better than an alarm clock.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. If you and I were birds, I think this is what we would be like.
Except you can shut off an alarm clock.
Yeah.
Birds do not.
You can't shut off the blackbird outside your window. All right, let's get into a very quick break. Stay with us. It's Friday, June 19th. Peace talks between Iran and the U.S. have been postponed, with violence between Israel and Lebanon intensifying. 14 short-line rail companies across the province are getting a share of $1 million in provincial funding for upgrades.
It was just such an incredible experience to share with all these beautiful people and all these beautiful new friends I made today. Just the best moment of my life.
And it's a great day to cheer for Canada, with many calling yesterday's game the best moment in Canadian soccer history. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Keeleen Swatsky.
And I'm Janelle Lippai. Thanks for being back with us.
So it's Friday. We're feeling good.
Yes.
What are your plans for the weekend?
This weekend, going to celebrate Father's Day. I haven't even told my mom this. Mom, I'm coming home this weekend. And a beautiful weekend for it as well. What are you getting up to?
Father's Day again. I have my husband to celebrate, but also not doing a lot because I just booked a trip yesterday. And you know that feeling after you book a trip where you spend a lot of money and you think, oh, I better cool it on the credit card for a while. So I'm going to stay home. We're going to get to your full weather forecast in just a few minutes. Sure. We're going to turn our attention over to news. Canadian MPs are now on summer break. The House of Commons adjourned after what the Liberals say was a productive sitting.
In the spring sitting we are finishing today, MPs passed 21 government bills in the House in 14 weeks.
Key pieces of legislation the government recently passed include a series of justice bills, legislation to implement the measures promised in the budget, and the bill granting police new access powers. There are also several bills now on hold until the fall, including the Safe Social Media Act, privacy reform legislation, and a bill to ban goods made with forced labor. The Conservatives did agree to rise one day early, but are still slamming Prime Minister Mark Carney for not getting enough done and for skipping dozens of question periods. The House of Commons will resume sitting in September. We're now learning that Canada, the U.S., and Mexico will hold a joint meeting on CUSMA on July 1st, despite U.S. President Donald Trump saying he doesn't like the deal.
I would rather not have the USMCA. The primary reason I wanted it was because there was no way out of NAFTA, which was the worst trade agreement ever made, like ever.
News of the trilateral meeting was confirmed by Mexico's economy secretary. Officials from the three countries have only met one-on-one ahead of the trade pact coming up for review. Canada has yet to meet with the U.S. July 1st is the date for the three countries to decide whether or not to extend it. If they can't agree to that, it will trigger an annual review until its expiration date in 2036. All three countries have indicated that not everything will be worked out by July 1st. Mexico's economy secretary says another meeting will happen later in July. The Prime Minister has announced funding to build a new school and modernized healthcare centre in Tumbler Ridge, BC.
A new school for bright kids to learn, grow, and dream, and better facilities for the incredible healthcare workers who support those in need.
The federal government and the province will each pitch in $100 million. The new school will replace the old one at the site of the horrific mass shooting in February that left 8 people dead. Carney said construction will begin this summer, starting with the removal of the existing school. A water main break has caused significant damage to the basement of a popular Regina brew pub. Water reached the 2-foot level at Bushwhacker before the city could turn off the flow. It comes just months after the city completed a $32 million infrastructure replacement and revitalization along Dewdney Avenue. The restaurant may be closed for a few days to allow for cleanup and an assessment of the damage.
The water was flowing into the basement for about 2 hours before they could get it shut off. So damage is pretty extensive, but we're trying to remain positive. A lot of the staff are in today. They've got their boots on and the shovels and the wheelbarrows are here, and we're just digging out.
The city says the source of the leak was a water service connection to the building, but it has not determined the specific cause of that failure. Water testing will take place to ensure that it is safe to drink. Jeremy, Saskatoon police investigating a shooting. What do we know?
Yeah, Kayleen, this happened yesterday morning. Police called just before 5 a.m. to the Sturby Place in the Nutana Suburban Center. It's near Market Mall. They arrived to find a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to hospital with injuries believed to be serious but not life-threatening. Traffic restrictions were in place for a few hours, but it's all clear now. A unique Saskatoon high school program helping to build the future while aiming to tackle a labor shortage. Keaton Sorokon now with a different kind of hands-on experience.
Students at Edie High School's construction program had a slightly different group project compared to their peers. They built a house.
Every year we start with nothing in the compound here. We build a full house from start to finish.
This 1,400 square foot home took shape over the course of the school year, with very few jobs hired out to professionals. Making its way to Candle Lake, where a buyer plans to use it as a cabin, students here spent their days framing, roofing, mudding and taping, and everything in between.
I'm very sad that it's over. It was a great opportunity. I've learned so many great things, made so many friends, had a great teacher. It was amazing.
For Dave Schrader, the program goes far beyond teaching valuable skills and teamwork to his students. It's about the opportunity ahead.
We just went through a few generations where they said, if you don't go to university, you might not add up to much in life. And I think it's the complete opposite of that.
It also comes at a time when Statistics Canada estimates thousands of skilled workers will retire in the next few years, with far fewer people lined up to replace them. And with the housing crisis at hand, there will be a great need for these trades in the coming years to build more homes.
You can make a very good living, and I like to show my kids all of those options that we have in Saskatchewan moving forward.
Schrader wants them to see these trades as the valuable careers they can be, and that's hitting the nail on the head for Hayden Dunser.
There's always people looking for trades all around, like you can do anything and there'll always be something for you to do.
Schrader stays in touch with former students who have gone on to become framers, bricklayers, electricians, and landscapers, helping prove the EDFian construction program already has its fingerprints all over the city. Keenan Sorakan, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Kayleen, Canadian sports history was made yesterday.
That's right, Jeremy. Canada has its first ever win at the World Cup with a dominant defeat of Qatar.
The crowd on their feet, the whistle in the mouth of the referee. It is Canada's first ever World Cup win, and what a way to get the victory.
Canada took control, scoring their first goal just under 30 minutes into the match and never looked back. The final score, 6-0, and while fans were thrilled with the result, there was one dark cloud over the victory. CTV's Kevin Cherak has the recap of the historic win for the Canadian men.
The Canadian faithful arrived early, a sea of red marching to BC Place. Inside, a chorus of "O Canada" from more than 50,000 fans. Canada has had trouble scoring in the past, but not on this day. Kyle Larin got things rolling, and they were just getting started.
Takes a deflection, it's Jonathan David!
Jonathan David, criticized for his play in the opener, bounced back in a big way, scoring the first ever hat trick for a Canadian man at the World Cup. It wasn't all a celebration. Midfielder Ishmael Kone went down with a serious leg injury, but Canada pushed through. A dominant 6-0 win over Qatar, marking the country's first ever World Cup victory.
I think it was just a complete performance from the team, and I guess we just showed the world who Canada is.
After the final whistle, fans poured out at BC Place, and as you can tell, the party was just getting started. Pacific Boulevard turned into a dance floor. National pride and unity on display.
Electric. It was something else. Going all the way. We're going all the way. That's right, all the way.
Yes, Canada, what a game. What a game. We came from Montreal just to say this. It's amazing. We made history today, right? 6-0 history.
With the lopsided win, Canada controls its own destiny. A win or even a tie with the Swiss on Wednesday means Canada will finish atop Group B. Kevin Chirac, CTV News, Vancouver.
Well, plenty of rain prevented seeding from being completed across the province this week, with 97% of crops in the ground. Durum, spring wheat, barley, canola, and lentils are all between 96 to 99% seeded. Topsoil moisture is not an issue in most areas. 74% of cropland, hayland, and pasture topsoil moisture is considered adequate. Early on, a majority of crops are looking to be in fair or good condition. As far as crop damage, flooding, gophers, and wind are the main culprits. The Canada Strong Pass is back for another year. This means free or discounted admission to national parks, museums, and historic sites over the summer. The pass also includes a discount on camping fees and rail travel. A reminder, though, there is no need to sign up. There is no physical Canada Strong Pass. People just need to show up and claim that discount. The pass is good from today through September 7th. All right, Janelle, it's Friday. We're feeling good. Let's tell people how they can win something.
All right, well, Shakespeare on the Saskatchewan returns for its 41st season with Much Ado About Nothing and Julius Caesar, and we want you to catch a performance. You can enter online at ctvsaskatoon.ca or ctvregina.ca for a chance to win a pair of tickets for a July performance. Now let's take a look at our weather here. We are seeing that cloud cover still in the sky, especially in the Regina area. We're taking a look at our morning view, which is brought to you by Stars Lottery, your ticket fund's life-saving care across Saskatchewan. Now for our current temperature, sitting at about 11 degrees, seeing those wind speeds picking up as well gradually as the morning continues to about 28 kilometers per hour. Over to Saskatoon, a much different view, looking very sunny and bright, sitting at about 10 degrees for that current temperature and wind at 17 kilometers per hour. Now let's take a look at what we can expect to see today and into the weekend. Again, seeing that cloud cover moving through, but also a little bit of precipitation. This is tonight about 8 p.m. Not a significant amount, but still enough to get things a little bit damp, as we've seen recently very often. For current temperatures throughout the province, Buffalo Narrows sitting at 11 degrees, along with Larange, Spiritwood and Prince Albert at 10, Nipawin and Hudson Bay both at about 12 degrees, Kindersley at 9, Swift Current sitting at 8, and East End 7, Yorkton 12, and Weyburn and Estevan both at 11 degrees. Now for some highs here today, seeing a little bit of rain as well. Saskatoon, Yorkton expecting to see that precipitation a little bit earlier on. The Battleford sunshine and 20 degrees for their highs. Swift Current sitting at about 19 along with Prince Albert. Yorkton 18, Estevan 19, and a windier day. Weyburn sitting at about 20. For a 7-day forecast, here's what we're looking like into the weekend and, of course, into next week as well. Today reaching about 19 for our high and 7 degrees tonight as the low. Seeing a little bit more sunshine this afternoon up until the evening when that rain is expected to begin. Saturday sitting at about 22 and sunshine. Sunday, that rain returning with 15 for our high. Monday bringing us to 16 and that rain sticking around through Wednesday as well. Sitting about 23 for the high on Wednesday and Thursday. Over to Saskatoon, 17 today as that high, 10 tonight for the low, expecting that precipitation to start a little bit earlier. Tomorrow, some relief, though. That sun is coming out with 20 degrees. Rain again on Sunday, 15 is the high for both Sunday and Monday. Tuesday bringing us to 19 with that risk of some scattered showers. Now Wednesday, we are seeing more sunshine over Saskatoon and those surrounding communities, 22 for the high, and Thursday bringing us to 23. Time for today's rural forecast. Lloydminster seeing 20 degrees. Kindersley sitting at 22. Hudson Bay expecting some of that rain and 17 degrees. Wynyard sitting at 18. East End 19. Kenora 17 with rain, and Broadview 18 seeing that precipitation as well. Let's take a look at Merrifield, where internet speeds up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel. Reaching that high of about 17 degrees here today with that chance of showers. Those winds headed at about 15 to 30 kilometers per hour.
All right, let's go back out to Mike Siona now. And Mike, I understand the first big winner of the day has been drawn.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We've got the first winner to announce here on this Kincash Day, part of the Kinsman 50-50 lottery. I'm joined by Alan Sklapski here, one of the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon members. We're giving away $1,000. Who's the first winner?
So 7 a.m. first draw of the day, a Donna Ross, may or may not be related to a Diana Ross out of Coronach, Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Donna. Please pick up your phone. We're trying to call you.
Fantastic. It's happening live this morning. The first 1,000 is out the door. If you don't have your tickets, you've still got 11 chances to win the Kincash bonus money today. How do they get them?
Absolutely. Kinsman5050lottery.com online. In addition to the Kincash days, we're also giving away 2 tickets tickets to the World Cup quarterfinal qualifier in Vancouver, July 7th. Deadline for that is Saturday at midnight.
Fantastic. And of course, your ticket gets you into the main draw for the actual Kinsman 50-50. 50% goes to the winner. The other 50% through you goes to who?
Absolutely. So with Kinsman in Saskatoon, we provide support to a lot of grassroots organizations. In addition to that, we're doing that in partnership with the Saskatchewan Volunteer Firefighters Association, which is forest fire season right now. Lots of fires going on in rural and remote areas. We're here to support the firefighters.
Fantastic. I don't know exactly what time is it now. About 17 minutes after 7 o'clock, which do a little quick math. 43 minutes until the next draw happens. So get yourself your tickets. It's Kinsman5050lottery.com. $1,000 every hour for the next 11 hours here. Tremendous stuff and a whole host of other prizes. All for a great cause as well.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. I'm Adam Scully with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we go to the pitch. Canada taking on Qatar in their second group stage match. 29th minute, Teja Buchanan shots blocked. Jonathan David there to bury the incredible volley. He'd end up with a hat trick in the match, the first by a home player in a World Cup since 1966. Canada earns their first ever World Cup win in a 6-0 blowout. It's a busy day on the network on Friday. The second round of the U.S. Open tees off bright and early, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. Pacific. And our exclusive coverage of the FIFA World Cup continues with a quadruple header, beginning with the United States taking on Australia at 2:45 p.m. Eastern, 11:45 a.m. Pacific on TSN, CTV, and Crave. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
In case you missed it, as a Dragon Boat Festival in eastern China approaches, there was some Dragon Boat fun happening as well. Teams took part in a Dragon Boat tug-of-war competition. Dragon boaters tried to paddle in unison. Whoa. They try to do the same for tug-of-war competitions as well. Organizers say this specific event lowers the participation barrier and allows more people to experience the charm of dragon boats.
Ooh, that's fun.
Imagine how tired you would be.
That is exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy man.
I want to see who wins here.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Imagine how good of a sleep you would have that night.
Yeah, this would be so hard. Now that you say that, like, wow. You know when you go swimming and you're swimming really hard and you just have such a good sleep after?
Yes.
Yeah, this would be
the same thing.
I need a good swim knockout sleep. You
know?
Like,
oh, absolutely.
All right, let's get to our question of the day. Maybe you're grateful for a good sleep last night. We hope so, at least. We're asking you, though, on World Gratitude Day, what is something you're grateful for?
Yeah, the answers today have been fabulous, and some long ones too. It's great to see everybody so grateful. Rebecca says, the Lord waking me up healthy every day, a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food in the kitchen, a good vehicle to drive, Rebecca's grandchildren as well, and her family. The list could go on and on.
What a beautiful list. What a blessed life.
That's how it is.
Right? And yeah. Sheldon, who says, I'm grateful for my family and friends and waking up every single day.
Absolutely.
Debbie, I am grateful for good health for myself, my husband, and our kids and grandkids. Darren, who says, I am grateful to live in the best country in the world. Go Canada.
Go Canada is right.
That's right. And another Debbie, I fear that we are having some tech issues with this.
Again.
Daphne, who says, I'm grateful for my family, my dog, my friends and coworkers, for all that I have and own. It's such a good day to be grateful today. Let's see what else.
Oh, we have more from Debbie. But Michelle's saying, I'm grateful for my partner. He's just the sweetest guy. I'm very grateful for CTV Your Morning Saskatchewan. Thank you. We are grateful for you, Michelle, and everybody who chooses to wake up with us every morning.
That's right.
Nathan saying, I'm grateful for Director Corey and Bruce for his delicious coffee.
All right. Well, we still want to hear from you. You can text us your answers to 10400. Standard message and data rates may apply. Let us know what you're grateful for. Maybe it's your dad coming up for Father's Day. We're excited to hear about it.
Mining giant BHP is warning of cost overruns at its Jansen potash mine southeast of Saskatoon. Company says investment into the second stage of its greenfield mine development has risen by $2.3 billion to $6.9 billion. The initial stage of the mine is expected to start production by mid-2027 and produce roughly 4.2 million tons of potash per year. Stage 2 was delayed from 2029 to 2031, but it's estimated to increase production at the mine to about 8.5 million tons each year. BHP says higher costs and additional labor hours are behind the increased $2 billion cost. Brand Industries were back in court appealing the decision of a workplace injury matter, which happened back in October of last year. The legal counsel of Brand have concerns in the trial judge's findings and are looking for an acquittal. The Crown has also filed their own appeal. Brand was found guilty for one violation of the occupational health and safety regulations after an employee was badly injured in a forklift accident. The worker said he was trained and certified to use the equipment, but his documentation was never received by Brand. Brand was fined $55,000 for the incident. The appeal hearing will continue in September.
All right, it's time for our morning mystery. Get your markers ready. 3 clues. Play along at home. Today, we were told it is an article of clothing. This garment originated in the first quarter of the 18th century. It is made with a thick woven fabric with a tartan pattern. And This garment is deeply rooted in Scottish culture.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, answers up, everyone? I believe it is a kilt.
Oh, sure. I tried to draw one.
Oh, we have art from Jeremy today. I like that. Today's answer is a kilt. That was today's morning mystery.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
School day forecast is brought to you by CAA, School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. In Regina, by the time you get onto the bus, 11 degrees. Lunchtime bringing us to 16 and 3 p.m. final bell, 18. Over to Saskatoon, 10 degrees by the time you get onto the bus. Lunchtime, 16 and starting to see a little bit of rain. Final bell brings us to 17. Here's a look at today's gas prices. In Regina, the common cost to fill up is $165.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $145.9. And in Saskatoon, the common cost is $162.9. The lowest you might find is $153.9. Taking a look at the farm markets, the street price of canola is $682.35 per ton. The futures price is $727.50 per ton. Amber Durum wheat is $285.20 per ton, and red spring wheat is $290.46 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 70.77 cents US. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Happy Friday and welcome back to Your Morning Saskatchewan. Here's your news. The push to start high-stakes talks between the U.S. and Iran has hit an early bump. Negotiations are now on hold. This morning, there are new questions about the future of that U.S.-Iran deal as Vice President Vance canceled a planned trip to Switzerland that was supposed to kick off more negotiations with Iran. The pause comes just 2 days after the two countries agreed to reopen talks about Iran's nuclear programs and get oil traffic moving through the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance was set to fly to Switzerland for talks with Iranian officials, but that trip was abruptly scrapped. The White House says the logistics of these negotiations have never been simple or predictable. Iran reportedly delayed sending a delegation to Switzerland because of Israel's military actions in Lebanon. The Prime Minister has announced funding to build a new school and modernized healthcare in Tumbler Ridge, BC.
A new school for bright kids to learn, grow, and dream, and better facilities for the incredible healthcare workers who support those in need.
The federal government and the province will each pitch in $100 million. The new school will replace the old one at the site of the horrific mass shooting in February that left 8 people dead. Carney said construction will begin this summer, starting with the removal of the existing school. Electric vehicle sales accelerated this spring, but not every province is seeing that same boom. CTV's Allison Bamford looks at what is preventing drivers in Saskatchewan from making that switch.
At this Saskatoon car dealership, there's accelerating interest in both electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids.
People want to find some ways that might not change their life a whole lot, but save a good amount of money.
High fuel prices pushed Darlene Buttazzoni to go electric.
Higher upfront costs, but we're not gassing up.
In March, more than 21,000 new zero-emission vehicles were sold across the country, an increase of nearly 75% year over year. Saskatchewan's trending in that direction, although the incline is nowhere near as steep. Recent numbers from the Saskatchewan Automobile Dealers Association show EV registrations jumped 11% in the first 3 months of this year compared to the same time last year.
As technology progresses, I think you'll see a better adoption and acceptance.
Industry leaders say federal incentives, a greater EV selection, and growing familiarity are driving the numbers.
It's about being able to produce the right vehicle for the right market.
In a large, vastly rural market, Saskatchewan has seen a slower transition away from gas models. Major charging corridors exist, but so do dead zones and consumer anxiety that their vehicles' range just won't go far enough.
There is a learning curve because EVs are a lot more efficient in the city over highway driving.
And Buttazzoni says it can require more planning to know when and where to charge up.
It'll cost me less than $30 and I'll be able to get myself back to Regina.
As more EVs hit the highways, drivers hope investment in charging infrastructure will follow. Allison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Well, it was just refinished, but the paint on Washington's newly renovated Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool is already peeling.
This very fancy vinyl coating in American flag blue, it didn't last a week before it's coming up here.
Many people are upset, saying the money could have been used in a better way. The historic pool was drained and refinished earlier, costing nearly $15 million as part of Trump's sweeping plans to remake the U.S. capital city. Workers are also trying to fight off an algae bloom that had turned the water in the reflecting pool green instead of the expected dark blue. Well, organizers are getting ready for the annual Rock Your Roots Walk for Reconciliation today. The annual walk takes place each year in June as part of celebrations around National Indigenous Peoples Day. The event has roots in walks that were taken by residential school students on Sundays. For many, it was often the only time when siblings and cousins were reunited. The walk is meant to bring the community together to honor the truth of residential schools, celebrate Indigenous and Métis cultures, along with other cultures on Treaty 6 territory.
Residential school survivors, day survivors, their families, and celebrating our First Nation and Métis cultures. But it's also about kind of celebrating the mosaic of cultures that we have here on Treaty 6 territory, right? So that's why we encourage everyone, if they have their own regalia from their own culture, to come out and rock their roots with us.
The Rock Your Roots walk begins at 10:30 this morning at Victoria Park. Last year's walk saw 7,000 people come out. And more than a year after the permanent cancellation of the Regina Folk Festival, local music venue The Exchange is set to take over with a spiritual successor. The Exchange Folk Festival will take place on August 8th in Victoria Park, just under 3 years since the last Regina Folk Festival in 2023. Organizers say this new event will be a community-driven festival that fills a cultural gap in the city, honoring the spirit of what came before while also serving as a reset. The one-day festival will be free to attend. A lineup announcement is set for Saturday. Rider safety Nelson Lacombo will be out Saturday against the Stamps, likely meaning Jackson Ford will have the start. It's a rare for the position like offensive line to have the same 5 guys week to week, let alone season to season.
And the opposing defense making a couple plays. Allow your big guys up front to start road grading.
But for the Riders, they've been able to keep their core together in the trenches. Only one starter in last year's Grey Cup game, Trayvon Tate, is no longer with the team. And even despite a slight injury scare when Jermarcus Hardrick temporarily left the game on Saturday, the line didn't miss a beat. All right, Janelle, clearly we're looking forward to game day. You are wearing your green and white. What kind of weather are we looking forward to for game day?
Well, we are seeing some sunshine tomorrow. We do have some good weather to look forward to. As of right now in Regina, we're seeing that cloud cover in the sky. This will be bringing us a little bit of rain through the province. Currently 11 degrees here and 26 km/h wind speeds. Over in Saskatoon, very bright and sunny, 10 degrees and 17 km/h winds. Now for a future cast, we can see some of those clouds and of course that precipitation rolling through the province. This is tonight around 8:15 when we will see that rain coming through, but not a lot. We aren't expecting a significant amount, just some scattered showers throughout the province. For some current temperatures, Buffalo Narrows and Larange both at 11 degrees, Stony Rapids and Spiritwood at 10, Nipawin 12, along with Hudson Bay, Melfort 11, Kindersley 9 degrees, Swift Current at 8, East End sitting at 7, Weyburn and Estevan both 11 degrees, and Yorkton 12. Now for some highs here today, still seeing those little spots of rain that will be starting earlier today, but for the most part, we do have some sun peeking out. The Battlefords will be hitting 20 for their high today. Prince Albert 19, along with Swift Current, Weyburn 20. Estevan seeing that wind picking up as the day goes on with 19 degrees, and Yorkton 18. Here's our 5-day forecast in Regina, reaching that high of about 19 today and our low of 7 tonight. Seeing that sun sticking around for most of the day, and tomorrow sunny days ahead as well. 22 degrees for Saturday's high, and Sunday bringing a little bit of rain. That is expected to last a few days into next week as well. Monday 16 degrees and Tuesday sitting at 18. Over to Saskatoon, 17 today, 10 tonight for the low, and that precipitation starting a little bit earlier. Tomorrow, however, that sun is finally coming out with 20 degrees. And Sunday bringing a little bit more rain, 15 as that high for both Sunday and Monday, and that rain sticking around into Tuesday as well. We will be reaching that high of about 20 degrees. 9 Tuesday night as the low, and Tuesday we're expecting to see just a nice calm wind pushing through the city.
Regina Food Bank has appointed a new CEO following the departure of longtime leader John Bailey. And we have Mary Weimer in studio with us now to tell us her goals as she enters this new role. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations on this new role. It's going to be a big one, especially considering how high food insecurity is right now in the city of Regina. What are your top priorities heading into this role?
You're correct. I mean, it's a big challenge, not only for our city, but obviously cities across Canada. My top priorities coming into the role are first and foremost to meet the team. That's my number one. I know a few of them already, just having been involved with the Food Hub a few years ago when we were initially raising some money for that. So, you know, it's a solid group of people. I'm really excited to get to know them a little bit better. Of course, the volunteers, the clients, the partners, our board of directors. So the priority the first few months will really be about getting to know people and just understanding, you know, on more of an inside level as opposed to an outsider, you know, what really needs to be done.
The Regina Food Bank saw a lot of growth and transformation under the leadership of John Bailey. How are you hoping to keep that momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, John Bailey is an amazing person. I consider him a friend. I got to know him over the last few years as he was the CEO. Enormous shoes to fill, and it's actually a real honor to be able to come in after, you know, all the amazing work that he has done, and to come into the organization. It's in a really good position. We can continue to do that day-to-day work that is so important, but there's also space to do some innovation and thinking. You know, the Food Hub was one step towards this new model of allowing people choice when they're choosing the food that they are going to eat for themselves and their family. So, you know, what what comes after that. So I'm excited to get into that, and I'm excited to, you know, have my first coffee with John once I get into the role, and I know he's going to be a mentor and a friend to me as I get settled in.
Food insecurity, as we mentioned, is so high across Canada right now. What trends are you seeing as you enter this role and right here in the city?
You know, in Regina, we talk a lot about, especially post-pandemic, how the need has just grown and grown. And the annual report for this past year will be coming out very soon, so we'll have some new numbers. But, you know, last year alone, 67,000 families households, I should say, 67,000 households that are clients of the food bank, just from the Winnipeg Street location. Adding to that, you know, the food hub, I think it makes it a little bit easier access for people. Another 9,000 households. There's just so many things. The economy, the cost of food, the cost of living is just continuing to rise.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. Once again, congratulations on your new role, and we look forward to see how the Regina Food Bank will flourish under your leadership.
Thanks for having me.
Happening in our community. The Big Book Sale is June 17th through 20th, starting at 11 a.m. at the Highland Curling Club. Call 306-533-1235. Jazz Fest Regina 2026 is June 18th through 22nd with international and Canadian jazz artists. Visit jazzfestregina.ca for ticket info. Scott Wood's Fiddle Country is on June 21st, 2 p.m. at the Heritage United Church. Email heritage.uc@sasktel.net. And Drop Zone is raising funds to support Easter Seal Saskatchewan on August 22nd. Spots are limited. Register now at dropzoneyqr.ca. Submit your event to our community by visiting our website, ctvregina.ca. Click Community Calendar or scan the QR code on your screen.
All right, let's check back in with Arden Lloyd, who is out at Last Mountain Distillery in Lumsden.
Here at Last Mountain Distillery in Lumsden, I'm joined by Braden, who's got some Caesars prepared and ready for us at a lot of what you'll see this weekend at Caesar Fest, Braden.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a couple Caesars here today. It's going to be a nice weekend, so nothing beats a Caesar on a nice hot day.
That's right. And just what goes into these Caesars here at Last Mountain Distillery?
You can get simple, just do your typical vodka, dill pickle, or you can get crazy, get a little bit, maybe gin, limoncello. But the best part, I think, this weekend, we're going to have a whole wide bar of all the toppings you can imagine. So if you like it like a whole meal, you can put all that on your Caesar.
So a full meal. And what are some of the garnishes that will be displayed here for everyone to choose through and have their pick, have their taste, try one, try the other?
Yeah, anything from bacon to your typical celery, dill pickles, obviously cheese, pierogies, things like that. So you can kind of get creative and make it your own.
Now, Caesars won't be the only thing served at Caesar Fest. What are some other offerings?
Yeah, we partnered with Rebellion, and they've made a special dill pickle beer for the event. And then we do have our new RTD, which is raspberry lemonade that we'll be serving. So kind of have a variety, but if you're not a big Caesar drinker, we do have a couple other options for you.
Outstanding. And a licensed area here in the building, but can you drink outside as well during the event?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's going to be outside. Entertainment, we're going to have seating, vendors, some food. Everything's going to be outside to enjoy the nice weather.
Well, perfect. You'll want to come down to Lumsden at Last Mountain Distillery for the event this weekend, Caesar Fest. Remember to drink responsibly while at the event.
It's June 19th, and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy 11th birthday to Vianne. Your family loves you and hopes you have an amazing year ahead. Happy birthday to Brad. Your mom, dad, and the rest of your family is sending all their love.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
All right, Chase, what's going on for our Friday?
Well, we just got another wrong answer for Name That Sound. We had Zach on the line playing along, trying to win that $3,800. It's very interesting how everyone is hearing that sound differently. He thought it could be a whoopee cushion. It was not a whoopee cushion, so on to the list of wrong guesses it goes. Another $50 into the pot for 40 this afternoon with Brandon will be your next opportunity to walk away with that cash. Coming up very quickly, though, after 8 o'clock, a chance to get some Country Thunder passes off-key for VIP continuing on. So if you're listening with the iHeartRadio app, hit the talkback feature, sing one of this year's Country Thunder acts, and I could call you with some passes. Then end of the month, someone upgraded to Platinum.
All right, Chase, sounds good. I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend.
You too. No more blue hot dogs for the weekend.
Yeah,
so
no
should
thanks.
be good.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She needs me.
Toy Story 5 is targeting a huge opening weekend. Industry experts expect the latest Disney Pixar animated film to have the biggest domestic box office movie opening of the year and possibly the highest debut in the Toy Story franchise. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. The stars of Supergirl flew into London for a sneak preview. Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa attended the event Thursday. The DC Studios movie that opens next week features a reluctant and complex superhero.
I think it's incredibly important to have someone who's a hero who's not perfect. I think that perfection is A, unattainable, but B, incredibly boring.
Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey are reuniting. The former True Detective castmates are set to star in an Apple TV comedy series called Brothers. The first 2 episodes premiere in September. And happy birthday to Oscar-winning actress Zoe Saldana, who turns 48 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
If there's one thing that you... All right, in our sidebar, we're talking about a fisherman in Nantucket. He got up close and personal with a great white shark. The angler unintentionally reeled in the 9-foot shark while fishing from the beach. Great white sharks are protected in the U.S. They must be released immediately. When the veteran boat captain realized what it was, he grabbed the shark by the tail, pulled it onto the beach to get the hook out of its mouth. He climbed on its back, removed the hook, and then pushed it back out into the deeper water. He says his encounter with the great white is something he will never forget.
Poor guy.
From the shore?
So
that's crazy.
I've actually heard people in Nantucket, or I've seen online rather, I should say that you should never get in the water there because great white sharks are so common there.
Aww. I feel
Good
sad
to know.
for him.
Yeah, just in case you guys are ever planning your vacations to Nantucket, there's some handy information for you. Okay, let's get to our question of the day. Oh my God. Say I thought it was 8:20, so when I said question of the day, I was like, I was sitting there like, oh, I'm so close to the weekend, and the director said in my ear, question of the day. I don't know, we're at sidebar. Where am I? I'm in weekend mentality. But hey, here's Hannah surprising her husband for his 50th birthday. It has nothing to do with the question of the day.
But I bet he's grateful.
I bet he is.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I am grateful that we are 1 hour and 4 minutes from the weekend. Let's go into a quick break. We're going to reset, refresh our minds here. Yeah. All scrambled up.
That's okay.
And we're going to have more news and weather on the other side of this break. Friday, June 19th. Peace talks between Iran and the U.S. have been postponed, with violence between Israel and Lebanon intensifying. The Canada Strong Pass is back starting today. We'll tell you about the program and what it has to offer.
We wanted to showcase the kind of talent and mentality that we have. There's going to be 40 million Canadians that claim they were in the stadium.
And savor the moment, Canada. The men's team's first ever World Cup win was a statement victory. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Kayleen.
And I'm Janelle. Thank you for being back with us.
And as we just know, I just messed up what time it was in the shows. I thought it was 8:20, so I feel like I just got in a time machine and went back in time. It is 8 o'clock on your Friday morning. I know where we are now.
It happens to the best of us, though. It really does.
Especially on a Friday morning when you wake up and you're just thinking, I'm in weekend mode.
Exactly. We're almost there now.
All right, the weekend's not looking bad for the weather. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes with Janelle. She's going to go put her feet up for just a few minutes, and we are going to turn our attention over to news. Canadian MPs are now on summer break. The House of Commons adjourned after what the Liberals say was a productive sitting.
In the spring sitting we are finishing today, MPs passed 21 government bills in the House in 14 weeks.
Key pieces of legislation the government recently passed include a series of justice bills, legislation to implement the measures promised in the budget, and the bill granting police new access powers. There are also several bills now on hold until the fall, including the Safe Social Media Act, privacy reform legislation, and a bill to ban goods made with forced labor. The Conservatives did agree to rise one day early, but are still slamming Prime Minister Mark Carney for not getting enough done and for skipping dozens of question periods. The House of Commons will resume sitting in September. We're now learning that Canada, the U.S., and Mexico will hold a joint meeting on CUSMA on July 1st, despite U.S. President Donald Trump saying he doesn't like the deal.
I would rather not have the USMCA. The primary reason I wanted it was because there was no way out of NAFTA, which was the worst trade agreement ever made, like ever.
News of the trilateral meeting was confirmed by Mexico's economy secretary. Officials from the three countries have only met one-on-one ahead of the trade pact coming up for review, and Canada has yet to meet with the U.S. July 1st is the date the three countries need to decide whether or not to extend it. If they can't agree to that, it will trigger annual reviews until its expiration date in 2036. All three countries have indicated that not everything will be worked out by July 1st. Mexico's economy secretary saying another meeting will happen later in July. And Jeremy, Saskatoon is getting ready for a reconciliation walk today.
Yeah, it's the annual Rock Your Roots walk for reconciliation today, Kayleen. Annual event takes place every year in June as part of celebrations around National Indigenous Peoples Day. And the event has roots in walks that were taken by residential school students on Sundays. For many, it was often the only time siblings and cousins got to see each other. The walk is meant to bring the community together, to honor the truth of residential schools, celebrate Indigenous and Métis culture along with other cultures on Treaty 6 territory.
Residential school survivors, day survivors, their families, and celebrating our First Nation and Métis cultures. But it's also about kind of celebrating the mosaic of cultures that we have here on Treaty 6 territory, right? So that's why we encourage everyone, if they have their own regalia from their own culture, to come out and rock their roots with us.
Event begins at 10:30 this morning at Victoria Park. Last year's walk saw 7,000 people come out. Unique Saskatoon High School programs helping to build the future and tackle a labor shortage in our province. Students in the construction program at EDFian High School built a 1,400 square foot home that will soon make its way to Canada Lake. Now, any Catholic high school student in the city is eligible to take the program, where students do everything from framing to roofing to mudding and taping, with very few jobs hired out. Teacher Dave Schrader says the trades present a great opportunity for his students. And with Canada seeing more tradespeople retire than are hired on, he wants his students to experience a number of trades and explore potential careers.
We just went through a few generations where they said, if you don't go to university, you might not add up to much in life. And I think it's the complete opposite of that. You can make a very good living. And I like to show my kids all of those options that we have in Saskatchewan moving forward.
Stats Canada estimates 700,000 skilled trades workers are set to retire between 2019 and 2028. Okay, Lean, we watched it. Canada made history at the World Cup yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. The Canadian men finally have their first win at the World Cup, and they did it in a decisive fashion in front of a packed house in BC.
Lovely turn from Buchanan, and that takes a deflection. It's Jonathan David! What a strike from Jonathan David!
Jonathan David was the star of the game as the first player from a host nation to score a World Cup hat-trick since 1966. Canada was in total control, and the game was going almost perfectly until the 52nd minute.
17th start in 32 games under Jesse Marsh. And Kone is fouled. And a yellow card.
That's when the stadium fell silent and the team watched in horror after Ishmael Kone suffered a serious leg injury. Nathan Saliba subbed in for Kone and immediately scored Canada's fourth goal on a free kick. Canada scored 2 more goals to seal that historic 6-0 win. Canada is now the first team outside of Europe and South America to score 5 goals or more in a World Cup match. So with 4 points, Canada has all but sealed a spot in the knockout round and will such a big goal differential. A win or draw next week versus Switzerland would earn them first in the group. Former Regina Member of Parliament Ralph Goodale received an honorary degree Thursday at the University of Regina's convocation. Goodale represented Regina Wascana as a Liberal MP for more than 25 years and most recently served as Canada's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. He received an honorary doctorate of laws degree from the U of R, recognizing more than 50 years of public service. His message to graduating students: set big goals and treat everybody with respect.
Make your plans be nothing small. So be ambitious about what you want to accomplish. And secondly, along the way in pursuing your career, treat everyone you meet with great personal kindness.
Goodale is the third person to receive an honorary degree this convocation, following Sol and Elsie Sanderson on Wednesday. The final honorary degree will recognize Bob Stedward on the last day of convocation today. The Canada Strong Pass is back for another year. This means free or discounted admission to national parks, museums, and historic sites over the summer. The pass also includes a discount on camping fees and rail travel. A reminder, there is no need to sign up. There is no physical Canada Strong Pass. People just need to show up and claim that discount. The pass is good from today through September 7th. All right, Janelle, another look at that beautiful Friday morning view.
That's right, and Morning View is brought to you by Stars Lottery, your ticket funds life-saving care across Saskatchewan. Taking a look right now at this current temperature here in Regina, sitting at about 11 degrees. Still seeing that cloud cover in the sky, which we will continue to see throughout the morning here. That wind at about 22 kilometers per hour. Over to Saskatoon, beautiful sunshine, 10 degrees and just updated 13 kilometer per hour wind speeds. Now let's take a look here at our futurecast. We can see those clouds moving through the province alongside this precipitation that we have been talking about here this morning. Not a significant amount, but a little bit later on into the evening and into the night, we are expecting to see a little bit of rain sweeping across the province. For some current temperatures, Buffalo Narrows is at 11 degrees, Spiritwood sitting at 10, Melfort just at 11, Hudson Bay at 12, Nipawin sitting at about 13. Swift Current 10, East End sitting at 7, Wynyard and Regina along with Weyburn all at 11 degrees, Yorkton 13 and Estevan 12. Now for some highs, still seeing those small spots of rain throughout the province, expecting to start a little bit earlier. The Battlefords will be reaching their high of about 20 degrees, Swift Current at 19 along with Prince Albert. Yorkton 18, Estevan 19, seeing that wind speed picking up as the day continues as well. Weyburn reaching that high of 20. Now for our 7-day forecast here in Regina, we will be reaching a high of about 19 degrees, 7 tonight for the low. Tomorrow seeing that sunshine with 22 degrees, so if you do have weekend plans, Saturday is the day to do them. Now Sunday through Wednesday, we're expecting that rain to return. Sunday bringing us to about 15 for our high, Monday 16, all the way through Wednesday 23 for our high, and 10 Wednesday night for the low. Over to Saskatoon now, 17 today is our high, 10 tonight for the low. Seeing that rain starting a little bit earlier than we will be here in Regina. Now tomorrow, that sun coming out again, 20 degrees. Sunday, rain returning with 15, and our high on Monday, 15 as well. Tuesday bringing us to about 19 degrees and seeing those scattered showers moving through. Wednesday, however, bringing us a little bit more sunshine. We aren't going to be seeing as much precipitation with 22 for the high, 11 is the low. Thursday, those clouds beginning to gather once again, but 23 for that high, 13 Thursday night for the low.
Today in history, in 1865, Union troops arrived in Galveston to enforce the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in Texas, a day now celebrated as Juneteenth. In 2017, Brexit negotiations began between the UK and the European Union. And in 2018, Canada's Senate passed the bill to legalize recreational cannabis.
Guinness World Records has announced its latest batch of Icon awardees. This is when they celebrate the very best of their most recent record holders. And among them, the 194-year-old tortoise, Jonathan, oldest ever tortoise. 194. There's also a Nepali-British double amputee mountain climber. Harry Buddha Magar holds the record for the first double above-the-knee amputee to climb Mount Everest. He's also the first double amputee to climb the 7 summits. Artemis II mission specialist Christina Koch is also an honoree, since she holds the record for the longest continuous time in space by a female astronaut.
Wow.
Amazing.
Congratulations to all the honorees.
Yes.
But yeah, can we go back to
to Jonathan?
Jonathan the turtle.
I love Jonathan.
194.
Also,
the things those tortoise eyes have seen.
Yeah, and also, so a double amputee reaching the summit of Mount Everest, there is no excuse for me. I gotta get in shape.
It's been an eye-opening day for us.
Yeah. Congratulations to everybody. Let's get to our question of the day now. Hey, I got it right this time. It is time for question of the day.
Yeah, we've got some more great answers coming in here for World Gratitude Day. Lori says, I'm so grateful for my family, friends, and co-workers. Robert says, my loving wife, Chef Linda.
Beautiful answer.
Nathan, grateful for my dad ahead of Father's Day. Thanks for always being available to lend a hand and offer advice. Rod here, who says, I'm grateful for my family, friends, and the Your Morning Saskatchewan team. Thank you, Rod. We're grateful for you, too.
For being there for them in the morning. You are all there for us in the morning.
We love to spend our mornings with you. Yeah. Tracy, I'm grateful for my partner, Ryan, and all of his help with my chores, as I can't do it on my own. Also, for all the blessings the Lord gives to us. And Jay, who says, I'm grateful for every day I get to wake up after having open heart surgery to replace 3 ripped valves. Wow. Thank you to the Creator for another chance at life, but also grateful every day and for everyone in my life, kids, grandkids, and family. That's amazing, Jay. We're so glad that there's so many blessings in your life. This is amazing. It has been a wonderful day of gratitude. Thank you to everybody who sent in your answers. We are so grateful for all of you.
Malaria caused an estimated 610,000 deaths globally in 2024. It's according to the World Health Organization. It is primarily spread through the bite of an infected mosquito, and researchers believe they have found a solution to help slow the spread of the disease. Mandy Gaither takes a look.
It's been found on blueberries and the surfaces of sugarcane and rice leaves, but a common type of yeast may also be enticing to the mosquito responsible for spreading one of the world's deadliest diseases.
This particular new yeast species, we think, really could change the game against malaria.
Connor McMiniman with Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says it's hard to control the spread of malaria, the infected mosquitoes that cause sickness and death in places like sub-Saharan Africa are becoming resistant to insecticide, and he says mosquito control methods like bed nets and sprays no longer work. In this study, McMiniman and other researchers set out to see if yeast, which is long known to lure insects, would attract the ones that spread the disease.
What we found was that this particular species of yeast, Rhodotorula taiwanensis, had a really alluring fragrance for the African malaria mosquito.
The yeast they studied was scraped off a Baltimore sidewalk, and researchers say it not only lured malaria-spreading mosquitoes, but it could trap them too.
When mosquitoes landed on it, they actually got stuck. And their legs sank into this slimy, like quicksand of this yeast.
The researchers are now hoping to harness that stickiness to create a biodegradable glue that could potentially be used in future mosquito traps.
We think that this could really provide a really cheap, safe and effective way to control mosquitoes and the diseases they transmit.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
With Father's Day coming up this weekend and summer just right around the corner, now is the perfect time to get your hands on all of the best summer essentials for men. Joining us now is lifestyle expert Roland Achimpong with a breakdown. Good morning, Roland.
Hi, good morning.
So with the weather finally starting to warm up, of course, it means that it is grilling season. Let's talk all things barbecue essentials.
Right. So with summer coming up, it is grilling season, and grilling season is Dad's time to shine as the master of the grill. And yes, Father's Day, it is coming soon, so you might want to get all things barbecue for your dad. Good idea to visit your local Giant Tiger, where again, you'll find all things barbecue. You'll find essentials like everyday accessories, summer apparel, and of course food. Their Giant Value brand is spectacular. You can find burgers, burger buns, your favorite condiments. I'm dying to try these Korean burgers, by the way. And what I really love is that it'll do wonders for your wallet. The prices are so low, prices that Canadians trust, and you're definitely going to find something for Dad this Father's Day because it's one-stop shopping. So visit your local Giant Tiger and you'll certainly find something that will make you happy this Father's Day and certainly make Dad happy.
Time tends to get away from us during the summer months. How can men upgrade their everyday wristwear to stay on track?
Right. So as a father, as a husband, and of course, an entrepreneur, my routine is all over the place. With the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, it really helps me stay in tune with my wellness and fitness routine. It just makes it easier to balance my everyday life and workout. So whether I'm doing an intense workout or if I'm just going for a simple stroll, it's amazing how it just keeps you locked in. Something as simple as monitoring your sleep and counting your steps has really been a game changer for my health and my fitness. And with all the new workout trends and fitness hacks, it's really hard to know exactly what works for your body. But the Watch Ultra uses Galaxy AI-powered wellness and fitness insights to help users better understand their performance so they can optimize their workouts. I love that it has a durable titanium case. It's IP68 rated protection and dual frequency GPS. And of course, it has a long lasting battery, so it'll help you stay connected and be confident and go further. So I can't say enough about this product. It's really been a game changer for me. And you can find it at samsung.com/CA.
All right. Well, thank you so much for these fabulous tips, some great items to spoil Dad with this year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Spring Shed is brought to you by Supplement World.
Well, joined by Dr. Mark Morris of the Nutrition Coaching Academy and talking about weighing your food because ultimately you are what you eat. What's the importance of weighing our food?
Well, so many people want to improve their nutrition so they can get some sort of like body composition result, be it lose fat or gain muscle or improve athletic performance. And a lot of that comes down to the objective side of your nutrition, like what supplies the actual total energy, as well as where that energy comes from with the macronutrients. So when you're tracking your food and you're weighing your food, you're controlling for those big picture components, learning more about it, and controlling for the thing that matters the most.
When it comes to tracking, how do we ensure accuracy in portion size?
Well, there's so many varying levels of how well you can track or how accurate you can track. You could just literally journal your food and write it down, but that kind of avoids the accuracy piece and controlling for calories and the objective side of things. So to be more accurate, you could also weigh and measure your food and making sure what you're inputting there is the same thing that you're actually eating. So one common way of doing that is using just portion sizes, but also you could use measuring cups, or what we're going to talk about today is actually weighing your food and tracking it that way.
How do we weigh our food? Wet, dry?
That's a really good question, because a lot of times there's going to be a difference between the nutritional information, on a label or how it's logged, compared to how you eat it. Like meat, for example, when we have raw meat, it contains a lot more water. Typically when we cook it, grill it, for example, you lose some water. So you want to make sure that how you're tracking it is the exact same way of what you're eating it, because there's going to be a discrepancy there, and that can start to impact some of the accuracy.
Is the same true for dry goods?
Not all foods are going to be the same. If you think about meat and cooking it, you lose water. There's other foods that you consume, typically our carb sources, rice, potato. When we cook them, they start off dry, but then they gain water. So there's a discrepancy between the actual amount of nutrition that you're consuming and the water content. So what you want to make sure that you're doing to be as accurate as you can be in a somewhat inaccurate science while still controlling for the things that matter is making sure that you're logging food the same way that you're eating it and keeping it consistent throughout.
For someone just starting, is there one piece of advice to get on track?
Yeah, so I do think you're trying to be as accurate as possible, but that process can be overwhelming. So you're going to learn a lot through the process of getting to know your food, measuring it, paying more attention to it. At the end of the day, this is just one big awareness tool to learn more about your nutrition. So take messy action and start logging it. You could probably just even start journaling it, but there's so many tracking apps that make the process so much easier. So downloading one of them and just starting to take action around what am I eating? What does it look like? How does it all add up is going to be a very valuable exercise.
Spring Shed is brought to you by Supplement World.
Happy Friday. Welcome back to Your Morning Saskatchewan. We are turning our attention to your Friday news now. Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran have been postponed today after fighting escalated in southern Lebanon. This morning, Israel says it struck 80 targets in Lebanon, killing dozens of Hezbollah members, and 4 Israeli soldiers were also killed in one of the deadliest attacks by the Iran-backed group during this war. The peace deal now signed by the U.S. and Iran requires the U.S., Iran, and their allies to declare an immediate termination of military operations, including Lebanon. The two sides were set to sit down today in the Swiss Alps for their first negotiations, but Vice President J.D. Vance canceled his trip late last night. The talks were also meant to launch a 60-day period of negotiations to resolve key long-term issues and ensure a permanent end to the war. NATO is calling on its members to come up with a plan to meet the alliance's spending benchmark by the time NATO leaders gather in Turkey next month. The call comes as the world braces for a threatened U.S. pullback from Europe. Judy Trin reports.
In front of NATO defense ministers, the U.S. Secretary of War announced a 6-month review of the number of American troops deployed to protect Europe.
It will be designed to ensure that NATO is moving fast and irreversibly toward Europe leading, stepping up to take primary responsibility for the defense of Europe.
The U.S. already has plans to withdraw 5,000 troops stationed in Germany and is delaying deploying another 4,000 to Poland. In his announcement, Pete Hegseth linked the decision to a refusal from some allies to provide military assets when Donald Trump first launched the war against Iran.
As President Trump put it, and rightfully so, he gave our allies a test to support America when we asked for their help. and too many failed it.
The U.S. is putting pressure on allies to come up with concrete plans to increase their military spending by the time global leaders meet in less than 3 weeks.
We're well on track for our 3.5% target, putting together the plans necessary to meet that target and, of course, the 5% target by 2035.
The Pentagon has spent at least $30 billion attacking Iran in a war that the U.S. launched without consultation from NATO. The Prime Minister initially supported Trump's actions, then walked it back. But on CNN, Mark Carney appeared to have changed his position again. He's seen Trump's peace plan and now says the war was worth it because Iran won't have a nuclear weapon.
Reintegration of Iran. This is a regime that needs to learn to be civilized, needs to behave. That's why you have performance measures. Lots needs to happen. We all have to support it. But moving to this position where that's been taken off the table, yes, that's worth it.
The U.S.-Iran peace deal is expected to be signed in Switzerland on Friday. As for Canada, Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand is expected to travel to Pakistan in the next few weeks to discuss what Canada can contribute to maintaining security in the region. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Breaking news from Toronto. Billionaire Canadian businessman Frank Stronach has been found guilty on 2 charges in his sexual assault trial. The judge found today the 93-year-old Stronach guilty of sexual assault and indecent assault on charges related to 2 complainants. Stronach was accused of sexually assaulting several women decades ago. He had initially pleaded not guilty to 12 charges, but after a number of developments in this case, Stronach was left facing 5 charges related to 3 complainants. Sentencing is now scheduled for September 17th. 14 short-line rail companies across the province are getting a share of $1 million in provincial funding for upgrades. The province says short lines play a critical role in the export economy by moving grain, potash, and energy products around without causing wear and tear on Saskatchewan highways. They're often looked at for the first and last mile of shipping goods all over the country through partnerships with larger national rail lines. Short-line rail operators run more than 2,100 kilometers of track throughout the province. The stage is set for a battle over the leadership of the UK's Labour Party.
24,927.
Former Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham has won a by-election to earn a seat in Parliament. Here's your reminder that in the UK, all candidates stand on stage as election results are read out. That's why you're seeing the robot and the fox. Now that he has a seat, Burnham can trigger or take part in a challenge to Keir Starmer's leadership. Starmer says this morning he will stand in any leadership contest. Saskatoon police are investigating a shooting from yesterday morning. Police were called just before 5 a.m. to the 10 block of Sturby Place in the Nutana suburban center area of the city near Market Mall. They arrived to find a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to hospital with injuries believed to be serious but not life-threatening. Traffic restrictions were in place for a few hours. The SPCA in Lloydminster is looking for homes for nearly 24 cats after they were abandoned at its doors. The organization posted these photos on social media saying 21 cats were abandoned in Rubbermaid totes at the doors of Border Paws Animal Shelter. It says shelters are already operating at or beyond capacity and are scrambling to find homes for the animals. It asks people with unwanted pets to call ahead of time instead of abandoning them so they can try and find a solution. They say they will do everything they can to find a home for the cats, but are also warning that shelters are stretched when it comes to resources. Stars has launched its annual lottery with 2 fully furnished homes among the top prizes up for grabs. This 2,500 square foot grand prize home along Greenbrier Avenue outside Saskatoon, valued at about $1.5 million. The second grand prize home is in the Regina area. Other prizes include vehicles, travel packages, cash, and a Lucky Stars 50-50 jackpot. Stars says the lottery is its largest fundraiser of the year, accounting for about 1/3 of its revenue and helping fund critical care in the air.
When you buy a Stars lottery ticket, you're directly supporting that mission. So last year, we flew just under 900 missions in Saskatchewan. Every one of those people critically ill or injured, every one of those patients represents a family.
Tickets start at $65. The final ticket deadline is August 21st, with the final draw taking place on September 3rd. Rider safety Nelson Lacomba will be out Saturday against the Stamps, likely meaning Jackson Ford will have the start. On the offense, it's rare for a position like offensive lineman to have the same 5 guys week to week, let alone season to season.
And the opposing defense making a couple plays. Allow your big guys up front to start road grading.
But for the Riders, they've been able to keep their course together in the trenches. Only one starter in last year's Grey Cup game, Trayvon Tate, is no longer with the team. And even despite a slight injury scare when Jamarcus Hardrick temporarily left the game on Saturday, the line didn't miss a beat.
We wanted to get everyone on board and just ready to go as quickly as possible, right? So, and we trust everyone in the room, whether that be the practice squad guys, the 6-man, anything like that. We trust everyone that if someone does go down, someone's ready to step right up into that position.
Maybe a little bit more rare these days just with free agency and, you know, obviously the importance of that position. But for us, you know, yeah, anywhere, you know, in on the team where you can have a little continuity will help you advance a little bit faster than you know, previous years.
Calgary pass rushers Jalon Hutchings and Falarin Orimalade were both injured in week 1, but after the Stamps had a bye last week, both linemen could be back in the lineup. Regardless, Mace calling this week's opponent disruptive in the backfield. And speaking of the Riders, we head on over to Janelle in the Weather Center wearing her jersey. We're looking forward to another game this weekend, but what's the weather going to be like?
We're looking pretty good. Lots of sunshine on the way for us tomorrow as well. Currently here in Regina, a little bit of a cloudier start to our Friday. We will start to see those conditions clearing up, though, this afternoon. Current temperature here, 11 degrees, seeing those wind speeds at about 22 kilometers per hour. Over in Saskatoon, sitting at 12 degrees, 13 kilometer per hour wind speeds moving through the city. Now let's take a look here at our futurecast, where we can see those clouds begin to leave a little later on this afternoon and re-enter tonight. This is tonight about 9 p.m. when we're expecting to see things get a little bit cloudier once again, and some precipitation on the way. Not a significant amount, but that rain will be arriving once again. Buffalo Narrows and Stony Rapids for their current temperature, 12 degrees, along with Spiritwood. Melfort sitting at 13. Nipawin, 14 degrees. South End sitting at 11. The Battlefords, Kindersley and Saskatoon all at 12 degrees. East End and Swift Current at 10. Yorkton sitting at 13, along with Weyburn and Estevan, 12. Now for some highs here today, the Battlefords seeing about 20 degrees, Prince Albert 19, again seeing a little bit of rain here and there throughout the province that is expected to begin a little earlier this afternoon. Swift Current 19, Moose Jaw 20, and seeing that wind speed picking up. Weyburn 20, Estevan sitting at 19, and Yorkton seeing about 18. Now for our 7-day forecast, this is what we're looking at into the weekend and into next week as well. Today we'll be hitting about 19 in Regina for our high, 7 tonight for the low. Tomorrow seeing that sun sticking around a little longer with 22 degrees. Sunday bringing some rain, 15 for our high on Sunday, wrapping up the weekend with that precipitation and entering a new week with it as well. Monday bringing us to about 16. We'll have that sticking around until Wednesday, 23 for Wednesday's high, and Thursday bringing out a little bit more sunshine and 23 for the high, 13 Thursday night as the low. Over to Saskatoon, 17 degrees for the high today, 10 tonight as the low. Tomorrow seeing a little bit more sunshine as well, 20 degrees for our high. Now Sunday through Tuesday, expecting to see that rain. However, it will lessen as the week goes on. Monday bringing us to 15, and Tuesday just expecting some scattered showers with 19 degrees. Now Wednesday, some more sunshine. We are going to be seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, 22 degrees for Wednesday, 11 Wednesday night for the low. Thursday, starting to see those clouds gathering a bit more with 23 for the high, 13 Thursday night.
All right, let's head back out to Mike Siona one more time. And Mike, the winning continues.
Yeah, it certainly does. We're down here at 3 Hall. I'm joined now by Caitlin Simon of the Volunteer Firefighters Association of Saskatchewan. She's with Zone 8, and I'll tell you what, we are giving away $1,000 here with the Kinsman 50-50 lottery. 7 o'clock it was Donna Ross who won $1,000, and then Kathleen Demke. Congratulations, $1,000 to you. In a couple of minutes, we're going to give away another $1,000. In fact, there will be 12 separate $1,000 draws made. Go to kinsman5050lottery.com to get your tickets. But that's not why you are here, is to talk about that. You're here to talk about the volunteer firefighters in this great province of ours, because you're the benefactors of all of this. Tell me about the organization.
So the organization is made up of a bunch of different firefighter organizations throughout Saskatchewan. This specific lottery is going to be going towards our CISM, which is Critical Incident Stress Management. They come out and help us debrief after what we like to call abnormal events. It helps us process and deal with our mental health, which is huge. And let's be honest, everybody's struggling with mental health. And this group of individuals are well-trained, amazing human beings, and it's...
And especially from that volunteer firefighter perspective, because it's not your full-time job. You're trying to, manage life and kids and maybe flat tires, whatever life throws at you. And then on top of that, you might know your neighbor's house is burning. You got to deal with that.
Yeah, so I'm from the arm of North Battleford, and we cover 3 of the main highways that come in and out. And when you're going to a call, you never know if it's somebody that you know personally or you don't know, but you're literally going to someone's worst day. So having a good crew and good support system is something that all departments need.
No doubt. There you go. You can support somebody's worst day by making it your best day and winning a whole pile of money. Obviously, the Kinsman 50/50 draw you'd be entered for with your ticket at kinsman5050lottery.com. You still have 10 chances to win $1,000 today, and also you can buy the World Cup add-on package. Canada 6, Qatar 0. I can only imagine that's like a straight pass right through to the semifinal. You could be there too with a little add-on ticket, thanks to our friends at the Kinsman.
Hold me like the pebbles in your hand, and it just understand. Yeah, summer isn't over yet. It's all that I've heard. My friends are in love with American girls. The city's all over the world. My friends are in love with American girls.
It's Chase from Pure Country Mornings back again to count down this week's top 5. We have 3 new entries for the countdown. Starting us off is Kane Brown and Woman as number 5.
Yeah, I got a woman right here in my hands.
Ella Langley and Morgan Wallen jump into the countdown at number 4. I Can't Love You Anymore.
I can't love you anymore.
And our 3rd brand new one to the countdown this week, Megan Maroney and Beautiful Things lands at number 3.
Hard on beautiful.
Back-to-back weeks, Riley Green is runner-up once again with Change My Mind.
So change my mind.
And make it 5 weeks in a row as your number 1 song. Even her 2nd appearance on this week's countdown, Ella Langley, Be Her, is your number 1 song.
I just wanna be her. I just wanna be her.
Thanks for counting down this week's top 5 with us. Catch all of these and the rest of your favorites with Pure Country 92.7. You can find us with the free iHeartRadio app.
All right, let's catch up one more time with Arden Lloyd. He's hanging out in Lumsden this morning.
One last time out in Lumsden at Last Mountain Distillery. We are outside where the event venue will be going on for Caesar Fest. I'm joined by Meredith. And what other activities you got going on at Caesar Fest?
Well, this is we're in the middle of setting everything up. So we've got picnic tables, places for people to sit. People are welcome to bring their own lawn chairs. If they can find some room between the picnic tables, that is fine. We have 11 vendors that are coming that are setting up. So a variety of food and crafts. We're Rebellion's going to be here with some pickle beer, so that's awesome. This year we've also partnered with Mario's Marine, so because we are using the majority of our parking lot for the event itself, it is going to be outside, and I think the weather's going to be amazing. You guys will confirm that for us, I'm sure. But because we are using the majority of our parking lot, we are asking for people to park over across the street, and we'll have people kind of guiding the parking over there. And then Mario's Marine actually has some golf carts that they're going to be shuttling people back and forth from the parking lot here to the parking lot here.
Outstanding. A full event outdoors and with all that extra space with no parking. Can you come and bring your drinks outside and enjoy the festivities?
Yeah, so we have a very large licensed area for the event. Not the entire parking lot is licensed, but it's pretty obvious between the vendors and the stage where you can and can't go with your drinks.
And what are some of the hit items, or what's the key Caesar to really come and feature on this weekend?
The key ingredient for Caesar, you mean? Oh, there are so many things. I mean, so many options for your Caesar. Obviously, there's your dill pickle Caesar. Lots of people like a gin Caesar. We also have a throwback for a spicy Caesar for the alcohol, and then rimmers, a whole variety of rimmers that we have, and then the garnish bar goes on for miles.
Sounds like a wonderful time. Remember to drink responsibly if you find yourself down here in Lumsden at Last Mountain Distillery this weekend.
The sounds of summer are officially returning to the Queen City as Jazz Fest Regina kicks off its highly anticipated lineup. Joining us to break down this year's must-see headliners and community events is Peter Champagne. Good morning.
Good morning, Janelle. So great to be with you. Go Riders, go. Go Jazz Fest Regina 2026, our 18th year. And we've just got a great lineup for you, and want to start off by telling you on this National Aboriginal Indigenous Day, you can catch 3 bands on the City Park Plaza starting at 1 o'clock till 4:30. The Errol Cadistano Dog River Band is on at 1. Robert Eddy will be there, and so will the band Stumped. You can then go over to 917A on Albert Street North from 6 o'clock until 8 at the African Jazz Lounge and catch Cardiff Thrall. And then I'm going to jump ahead from today to the Monday night show, because that's a really important announcement. I want to let everybody know, and the community has really become so supportive. We had to move our concert last night, but the concert at the Bushwhacker, because of the water main break, is now going to be moved Monday night. So tell all of your friends, Regina, get them on over to the Bistro, the Francophone School, the Monseigneur de Laval School, 3850 Hillsdale. And that Kristen Korb trio doing the tribute to the Eurythmics will be at the Bistro instead of Bushwhacker. That's Monday night. So coming back on Sunday, you've got the Father's Day Jazz Brunch at the Bistro all day. We're there 10 o'clock till 12. Francois Barassa's quartet from Montreal entertains. Francois Barassa is the son of his father was the premier of Quebec for 25 years, so kind of a strange combination, the father a politician and the son a piano player. 1:30 till 5 o'clock is a multicultural day. So all day you've got all these multicultural bands playing, and then the real premier concert Sunday night with Jason Marcellus. He's the youngest brother of the Marcellus family. He is jazz royalty. He's playing with 4 Regina horns, doing a tribute to Lionel Hampton. Donnie Kennedy's on alto sax, Trent Resney on tenor, Derek Friesen on trumpet, Dom Giglione on trombone. That's going to be a spectacular show at the Bistro, 7 o'clock Sunday. Then the big show tomorrow night. Now, Marcellus comes in on Saturday. I'm just saying, he's been known. When we had him 12 years ago, he went over to the Bushwhacker and sat in on drums with the house band there. So I can't promise, but you want to see Pile of Bones at 8 o'clock Saturday night. Get your tickets now. if Marcellus is, and he's from New Orleans, and so the band that's playing, Pile of Bones, is like a New Orleans-style street band. And Pile of Bones, of course, is Regina's original name. You'll dance all night. There'll be rhythm and blues. It'll be hip-hop.
Thank you so much.
It'll be great.
It'll be great. Thank you so much for your time here this morning.
Thank you. Great to be here again.
Some kind-hearted Vancouver Island residents are giving an old saying new meaning. It takes a village to raise a child.
And that's true regardless of the species.
CTV's Adam Sawatsky explains.
It was just down this path right here.
We're one of Julie Sitnin's daycare kids, found inside this little house, alongside a pair of dolls, a single unhatched egg.
So one of my kids is actually anaphylactic to eggs, so I freaked out a little bit.
While it felt unusually heavy for a chicken egg, it was not unusual for Coral Clay to offer help.
Created a little nest for it.
Coral also grabbed a heater to keep it warm, added a stuffy to keep it company, and called a few animal rescue organizations that might keep it safe. But they couldn't help.
We were left with just leaving nature to do its thing, which made us all very sad.
Until Julia texted her friend, who works at this cafe on a farm, and Isaiah Cardelicia agreed to care for the egg overnight before taking it to work the next day.
Pretty bizarre, but I knew Tara would be interested in it.
Tara McMullen, who's Isaiah's boss, who suspected the egg had been abandoned because something was wrong with it.
Told everybody, don't hold your breath for this. This is not gonna happen.
Still, Tara placed it in her incubator and looked after it for weeks before out popped a baby peacock.
It was absolutely perfect. It's just the cutest little thing in the world.
They named him Chickpea, and Tara spent the next few days caring for him round the clock.
Doesn't matter if it's a baby peacock, a baby kitten, a baby dog, or a baby. They're all a lot of work.
Which is why Tara is so grateful a local veterinarian who owns a chicken has agreed to adopt Chickpea so the hen can raise the peacock as one of her own.
I absolutely know he will have the best life ever.
That's so cute!
While they say it takes a village to raise a child well, when it comes to an abandoned peacock egg, it takes a collective of kind people to raise a chickpea well.
It doesn't matter what it is. Be kind. Spread the love. Everybody wins.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, North Saanich.
Chickpea.
I know, the name is perfect.
That's so sweet.
I was not expecting a peacock.
No, we weren't either. We were saying
Cool.
like it must be a double yolk or a triple yolk maybe, and it was a peacock named Chickpea.
Yeah, that was neither of our guesses.
So cute.
But hey, I love the twist that story took. Let's get to our sidebar. Popular condiment in North America is capturing the attention of World Cup fans traveling for the matches, so much so the U.S. Transportation Administration has issued a warning. On social media, the TSA writes, if you're visiting for a very large sporting event and happen to discover ranch while you're here, please pack it in your checked bag on the way home. Since the start of the World Cup, travelers from around the world have been documenting their experiences with American food. One Swedish influencer got 9 million views on a post that read, why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack? Europe, we need it. We need ranch ASAP. The TSA followed up to its post with messages that read, please avoid chugging your ranch outside security. The airlines will check it for you. And days since the last airport ranch incident, 0.
Airport
I had
ranch
no idea
incident.
ranch was such an American icon.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
We never realize what we're taking for granted, hey? We never know.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
It's a really funny story. All right, Jeremy, over to you.
Okay, so most cattle like being out at pasture around this time of year, but not Daisy. Daisy likes to stay close to home on the porch of her family's home. She's become an internet sensation for this. Check out her feet as well, also capturing attention. Yeah, they're painted purple. Gets her a lot of love online because purple hooves are so chic. We all know.
Okay, after the ranch story, I wanted to throw it over to you by saying good luck topping that story because that was so fun. Daisy
Close.
with the purple painted hooves, this tops it.
And her standing outside the front door. I think this was like a winter thing that I'd mentioned. But in terms of summer, if you're too hot, they're too hot. Let them inside. So.
Let them inside.
A living room daisy.
All right. We want to say thank you for joining us for our Friday edition of Your Morning Saskatchewan. Daryl Rummold is back on Monday after celebrating Father's Day. We hope all you fathers out there enjoy your day.